My name is Jaden from Jaden's Automotive Journal. Today I am at Feldmann Imports Mercedes-Benz in Bloomington, Minnesota. And today I'm going to be doing a walk around on this all-new 2024 Mercedes-Benz AMG EQE SUV. So if you're a fan of Mercedes cars and you've heard of the EQE SUV before, you'd probably know that this is the more sporty version of that model. So starting up front, we got this black AMG styled front grille with this giant Mercedes emblem right here and teeny tiny AMG branding that you probably wouldn't notice. And you've also got a body colored front bumper. And right up here, instead of your typical Mercedes emblem, you have an AMG emblem because this is an AMG model after all. Moving past that, we have these LED headlights with automatic high beams, so it's easier for you to see when you are driving at night. These headlights also have tiny Mercedes-Benz writing inside. Special AMG models get this 4MATIC Plus branding on the side, and this AMG EQE SUV comes standard with these beautiful 21-inch AMG twin 5-spoke alloy wheels with black accenting. I have to say, these wheels make the AMG EQE SUV look so much better than it would have with any other wheel. And moving past that is where you'll find EQE branding on the side and black side mirrors. And moving past that, you will find these chrome flush door handles. And above that is where you will find deep tinted glass on your side mirrors. Now moving on to the side profile of the AMG EQE SUV, you will discover that it's not too small, but also not too big. It's just right in size. This vehicle measures in at 192.1 inches in length, 76.4 inches in width, and 65.7 inches in overall height, which means that it is about the same size as its rivals like the BMW iX and the Audi Q8 e-tron. Moving to the rear, you have this full-length LED light bar that goes across the entire rear, and the AMG EQE SUV's taillights are fully LED. The reverse light is LED, the turn signal is LED, and the brake light is LED as well. Now, other things you will find in the rear: AMG badging on the left and EQE badging on the right. And you will also find an exposed rear wiper. Before I talk about the interior of the AMG EQE SUV, here is the key for the car. As you can see, it is an AMG styled key with the Mercedes logo up top and the AMG logo at the bottom. At the front, you have your standard lock and unlock button and your trunk button, but at the back, you have an AMG logo. This is different from your standard Mercedes-Benz key. Now you know that the AMG EQE SUV comes standard with chrome flush door handles, but now you're wondering, how do you get in the car? Well, all you have to do is slide your hand across the door handle, and the door handle will pop out like that. And then you just pull and hop in. Before I get inside the car though, I want to talk about the seats. How do you adjust the seats to your driving position? Well, the vast majority of the driver controls are not down there where you'd expect them. They're actually in the door right here. The AMG EQE SUV comes standard with 8-way power adjusting driver and passenger seats. The seat controls might be in a weird place, but it's actually more convenient because when you're driving and you want to adjust the seat, the vast majority of cars, you have to reach all the way down here just to move your seat. But in this car, the seat controls are over here, so you don't have to do any of the reaching. And of course, down here is your 4-way power lumbar support. Also standard is 3-person memory seating. Inside the car, you can see this AMG Performance Napa leather steering wheel with auto tilt and telescoping and millions of controls. Moving past that is something that was passed down from the EQS SUV. This massive MBUX hyperscreen that consists of 3 screens. The gauge cluster, this massive infotainment screen, and a passenger screen. When the AMG EQE SUV is turned off, the gauge cluster shows your electric range and the battery level. But when the car is on, the gauge cluster shows your usual stuff. The speedometer, the odometer, etc. Now I would like to discuss this large 12.8-inch touchscreen center display. Now, the interesting thing about MBUX infotainment screens that no other car brand has is that you can control the screen even when the car is off. And it works just fine. The car is off right now, and as you can see, I can click here, and I can access all of my information. My charging, my apps, my radio, and so much more. Now, right down here is where you can control the climate controls. And of course, there is the passenger screen, but I'll get to that in a little bit. I want to talk about this center console first. This is where you'd normally see a gear selector. But to conserve space here, Mercedes has actually put the gear selector right there on the steering wheel. In here, you've got two cup holders that can be turned into just storage slots, a place to put your phone, and two USB-C charging ports. Right behind that is an area with more controls, such as your start-stop button, your hazards, and your volume controls, as well as AMG branding right here. Right behind that is a split opening center console with two more USB-C ports inside. Now here on the passenger screen, you see a compass. But if you press this button, you can access the same controls as in the infotainment screen. Now let's talk about the rear seat of the AMG EQE SUV. But before I talk about specific features, I want to talk about the space. Sitting back here in the AMG EQE SUV, there's a lot of space. Back here is 39.4 inches of rear headroom and 40.6 inches of rear legroom, which means that this is a more spacious offering than the BMW iX and the Audi Q8 e-tron. Now let's discuss specific rear seat features. Rear seat features on the AMG EQE SUV include rear climate controls, rear vents, these red seat belts, and a fold-down central armrest with pop-out rear cup holders. Now we're going to talk about the cargo figures of the AMG EQE SUV, which are no different from the regular EQE SUV. But before we get into that, I want to show you guys something. This AMG EQE SUV has a standard hands-free power lift gate. That is super cool for when your hands are full and you want to put stuff in the trunk. Behind the rear seats is 18.4 cubic feet of cargo space. And if you fold down the rear seats, you can get it up to a maximum of 59.2 cubic feet, which is more cargo space than the Audi Q8 e-tron. Under the cargo floor is some additional space, and you get a storage net on the left side. Now, this is an EV after all, so let's talk about the range and charging information. Unfortunately, I'm unable to open the hood, so we can't see what's under there. On a full charge, this AMG EQE SUV can get up to 235 miles of driving range. In addition to having a lot of range, this EV also has very short charging times. If you want to fully charge the AMG EQE SUV, that will take 12.5 hours. But if you're on the road and you need to use a DC fast charging system, this car can charge from 10% to 80% in just 31 minutes. So you won't need to spend too much time charging, and you'll be on the road in no time. Now, despite this being a sporty electric luxury vehicle, the AMG EQE SUV comes standard with lots of highly advanced safety technology, such as electronic stability control, ABS and driveline traction control, active parking assist, front and rear collision mitigation, and active lane keeping assist. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like, subscribe to my YouTube channel if you're new here, turn on the post notifications so you always know when I post, and share this video with your loved ones in case they are looking to buy an all-new Mercedes-Benz AMG EQE SUV or any new Mercedes. I want to thank Matthew Sack, a sales consultant at Feldmann Imports Mercedes-Benz in Bloomington, Minnesota, for allowing me to come in and shoot my video today. Thank you!